Hi, everybody. I'm Suzanne Ecker, and I'm a licensed massage therapist. I'm here with Sally Levien, who is also a licensed massage therapist. We're both out of Colorado, and Sally and I have been doing some business together for a little while now, and we wanted to share the experience that we've had. We work with a company called Achieve Systems, which is designed to help you grow your business, create education, author books, and just make you a higher development in business to help you have a nice long career in our industry. So I wanted to bring Sally on because she's accomplished some great things and I'm very excited about what she's doing. And so I will ask you, Sally, how long have you been in massage, and tell us about your career, how you got started and where you've led to now.
Hi, yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me, Suzanne. I've been a licensed massage therapist in Colorado for 15 years, and graduated from Denver School of Massage Therapy in Westminster. And pretty quickly after I graduated, I think definitely within the first 2 years, I was introduced to a chiropractor who had developed his own soft tissue system for treating the body. And when I came out of massage school, I'd already decided that I wanted to work in more of a clinical setting, and that I really kind of aligned myself and wanted to align my practice with more medical practices and yeah, definitely staying in that clinical realm, because I think that's one place that massage therapists tend to struggle a little bit is, and we were warned about that in school, is trying to do too many things, you know. So I came out with this focus, and I was laser focused. I went right for it, or actually I didn't. It landed in my lap. So divine intervention, maybe, I don't know. But I met a guy, Dr. Frank Gerald, who's in Durango, and he has a teaching and treating practice out there in an institute, a spinal reflex institute. And I took classes from him for quite a while. And I don't know, it lit something inside me. Like I'm a science nerd for sure. I love it. I love the science side of the human body and all the pieces that we learn about it. And that just started to take me down this avenue where I just became more and more interested in neurology, and specifically all these techniques that he was teaching me around soft tissue related to spinal positioning and posture, body holding, body movement patterns, all those different things that we see so much of in massage. But it was a different way of approaching it, a different way of dealing with it. And it also had a powerful assessment protocol built into it, which I loved because as massage therapists, that's a great tool. Otherwise, you're kind of moving around and trying this and trying that. And so I was able to learn how to assess the body in a certain way, hone in on certain patterns, and treat those certain patterns, which increased my success levels with my clients. Got me super excited. I went on to teach for the Institute for about 10 years. And then I started to, study with other people. And there were other people doing similar things out there. And so then I started to collect all these different ideas together, and ultimately came to a place where, with the encouragement of Achieve Systems, I started to formulate my own education. And that has just completely changed my practice. So, yeah.
Yeah, and how has it changed for you?
I'm viewed from the outside in a very different way now than I was before. Now I'm coming to this as a massage therapist, so I understand how we're viewed by the outside world sometimes, and what struggles we have to overcome that. A lot of people have preconceived ideas about our work and that it really doesn't do anything. Well, let me tell you, it does huge things, right? So so that was helpful. Straight away, I was looked at as an educator, an expert, a professional. The way I was spoken to, the people that approached me, the doors that started to open for me, the level at which colleagues were communicating with me, all those things changed. Which is what we're all after, because that's how we up level ourselves, and ultimately how we move ourselves forwards, our businesses forwards. Um, and I was very careful with how I presented myself. I always did it in a very professional manner, and really tried to meet them where they were meeting me. But having the education behind me was huge, my education program. And then it started to open doors. And then it became, okay, well, I'm not just a massage therapist. And I say that meaning that's not the only thing that I do. I'm not only a massage therapist, I'm now an educator. I'm now, really, really a business owner, because I'm moving beyond my massage practice into, scheduling classes and exchanging with people in different ways around my classes. So different revenue streams started to open up for me. And that's been a huge thing within Achieve, also a huge support system that allows you to, especially in difficult times like we're in right now, go in different avenues, access different revenue sources. So I didn't feel like I was this massage therapist standing alone. All of a sudden I have lots of different things that I can use to make money and grow my business and make connections with people and keep moving things forwards. So yeah, it's changed things hugely for me. And since then now I've got multiple programs and multiple products. It's all based around the same science, but when you start to interact with it in different ways, you start to recognize that different people need different things, and then you provide the products for those avenues. So yeah, it's been amazing. It's been life altering for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that in you, and I know that um, you have worked really hard to get there, and I just love what you have created. It's an amazing approach to body work, and it's really going to change a lot of people's lives in so many more ways than we can explain in an hour or whatever.
I know, right?
So we won't go into it exactly. We can give you some information about Sally and her program, and it's called Fitbak Systems, and it's phenomenal. So, but I did want to talk a little bit more about your process in creating the education. What actually made you leap into this opportunity? Because I know it was something you had to think about for a bit. And what did you
Yeah.
see that made it possible for you to join Achieve and try it?
And how did I meet Suzanne Ecker? Well, I mean, as most big changes, when
You're still on.
can you still see me?
Uh-huh.
Great, because I can't see you now.
Oh, okay.
My screen just went black. I'm sorry. Okay, we'll just keep going.
Okay.
So I met Suzanne at a conference that we were both working. How many years ago was it now? Like 4 years ago?
About
Um,
3.
yeah, and what I was going to say before my screen went blank on me was that most big changes I find in my life happen when I get really uncomfortable. So I had, made efforts to move my teaching practice forwards, and I was hitting brick walls, and I was frustrated. I felt very much alone. I tried to do numerous things in my massage practice, also mentoring people, writing education programs, lots of different things like that. And they were never successful. And I was getting really frustrated, and I felt like I was in it on my own. I was looking for community was the big thing. In fact, I remember standing at the top of my stairs about 2 weeks before I met Suzanne, and I was just like, I just need community. Please, I just need community. And sure enough, 2 weeks later, we were both at the a massage conference in Denver. And ultimately, Suzanne introduced me to Achieve. And one of the main things that they do is that they provide community, so that I can, ask my questions, learn from people who've already gone through what I've gone through and they've succeeded. And therefore, I'm learning from people who can help to lift me up, people who can celebrate me on my wins, people who will lift me up in my failures. Just that support that I was looking for my business, as well as accountability, which I definitely need as a sole entrepreneur. And yeah, it's been amazing. I'm very much a somebody who needs um something to follow, a guide, a list. I'll do the work, I'll put the work in, and I have great ideas that go along with it. But to really get point A, point B, point C done, that's how I operate. That's how I can keep moving things forwards. And the systems within Achieve Systems are exactly that. And that's what they were able to give me. They just put things in front of me and say, okay, now do this. Okay, done. Now do this. Okay, done. And before you know it, you've actually written an education program. And then you've got all the resources to start marketing and branding and testing your program and all those different pieces. It's been huge. It's been like I say, life changing. So
Definitely, definitely has. And you've had, a good amount of time to get it going. It's a little hard to make that shift, I would say, but you have come out of it just with phenomenal education, and I'm just so excited for you. So precise
thank you.
and so well put together, and I just am so proud of you for that. And
Thank
I
you.
just love what you've created. So we were talking, what spurred our interview today was that we were talking a bit ago about the changes in what has happened with the COVID coming in and taking us away from our businesses and how that's felt. And you definitely had some great comments about that, that had you not been in Achieve, I don't think would have been able to realize. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit. And one thing you said to me is that you were very grateful for what you have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
definitely. Yeah. It's hard out there right now for massage therapists, especially for service providers, and especially those of us in the health and wellness industries, because we care, because we want to be helping those people in pain, and oftentimes we can't get to them right now. So it's everybody's a little raw from that to start with. And there's a lot of fear, and I feel like the fear of looking beyond where we are right now and the fear of exploring options is really holding back the industry. I would love to see people be able to access what I've had access to. And just to know that they have it within themselves, that they can overcome these things, and there are options out there that mean that they can still be making money and they can still be moving their businesses forwards, even right now in COVID. And I've been, let's see, today's Friday. I've been back in my practice for 3 weeks now. Uh, Today's the 29th of May, and it's been a roller coaster. I'm extremely glad to be back. I'm really happy to be serving my people again. But it's made me very much aware that I need something else. I need something beyond my table time for many reasons. For my mental health, because there's a lot of stress in the massage room right now. People are going through a lot of pain and a lot of suffering in their own lives, and we're interacting directly with that, which is difficult, but that's our job. That's what we do. We hold that space for people, and we help them to heal in that space. But it can be exhausting. And I'm very much aware of self-care. I'm very much aware of how much of myself I can put out before it becomes a detriment to me. And I feel like in the current environment, that's even more than it was before. I've always had a very busy practice. I'm used to going in and, doing 6 treatments, usually 6 or 7 treatments a day. And I know where my levels are. Those have changed because all the emotion and everything around us has changed, which means I have more time at home right now, and I'm choosing to do that, to be conscious about reopening my practice and careful. But it's giving me more time to work on the other areas of my business, but I'm recognizing strongly that they are essential right now. Like in this time in COVID, because of Fitbak Systems and what I've created, I've been able to start a new product, which is virtual, through video conferencing, ergonomic coaching. So I'm basically a posture expert. That's what I do with people, is I look at posture, movement patterns, how that transfers into pain in their bodies, and I help them that way. But I'm still within my scope of practice. I'm still working as my expert with my education that I've taken over the years. I'm not doing anything outside of that. But I'm able to assess somebody's body through video conferencing, make suggestions, and then teach them better ways how to hold and move their body, and make sure that certain muscles are activated while they're sitting or standing or bent over, or whatever they're doing. And I've been able to extend my reach. That was a goal for me when we moved into COVID, whereas I wanted to extend my reach to be able to help people in pain that I couldn't physically put my hands on. And I've been able to do that. And I don't know, we don't know, but I don't know that I would have got to that without this community, this support system that I have within Achieve Systems. So yeah, it's empowering to me also as a practitioner to know that I can use my intelligence, my experience, my 15 years of putting my hands on people. I needed that time. It taught me a lot during that time. And now I can take that expertise and I can turn it into a book or an education program, or, teach people, teach a class, all kinds of different things. And they're all ways that I can do it through massage, and I can do it from home. So it's
still make
amazing.
money when you're not in your office.
Yeah, most definitely make money
Yeah.
when I'm not hands-on with people. Yeah.
Right. That's phenomenal. And, I love that came about. It's unfortunate the way it did come about, but it did convert you into an online provider, which is something that obviously right now is truly needed for clients and for people who are high risk and who don't want to leave their homes. This is a great platform for people to learn. And as you're learning right now from Sally. So I remember though that you did have a little transition period where you said you were grieving your practice a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that's an important topic, because I feel we are all feeling that regardless of what other incomes we have. I think that this is an important topic to talk about. So can you tell me a little bit about your experience?
Yeah. It was interesting. The first the first day back really only lasted a day. I was very nervous about going back into my practice. It's a huge responsibility, and I love all my clients. and I prepared myself, went back, nervous but feeling prepared. And that emotion changed over the first week into some anger and not feeling great. And I was like, well, that's weird. I'm back with my people. I'm making money again. Why am I angry? Why am I not feeling good? And I recognized it was because things have changed. And I don't know how it's going to look in the future. My practice looks a little differently. I move through my day a little differently. And change will just have that impact on you. It slows you down and it makes you question things and makes you a little melancholy because you miss the way that it used to be. I'd spent 15 years working my butt off to have a practice where I didn't really have to market it very much because I had word of mouth and I'm good at what I do and my clients love me and they send me people and it revolves. It's a good practice. But 15 years I've been putting that work in. And then all of a sudden that changed. My bank account went down and I wasn't seeing the regular people because they couldn't come in or they didn't want to come in. And so it felt very different. Plus I'm doing the whole thing with a mask on my face and I have to move slowly through my day. So there was a grieving process there, that anger, as normally happens with the grieving process, it started out in anger and then it started to move into grief, and some significant sadness. There's so many different convoluted pieces happening for people right now. Just in my own circumstance, I'm going to have to physically change locations, definitely in one location in Boulder, possibly also in Longmont. That's huge as a practitioner. I hate moving. I've done it so many times in my practice. I don't enjoy it. But what it ultimately means is oftentimes when you move, you lose a few people along the way. And that's just normal. That's how it goes. But there's a couple of people in particular that I'm worried about not seeing again because they're older. And if I move, it's going to be difficult for them to come and see me. And I care about their well-being and all the different pieces that are in flux right now. So there's a potential I might not see those people again. And so that paired with the changes, the difference, the damn it, my 15 years has just gone up in smoke, because we all have that feeling from time to time. I don't really believe that, but that's what I felt in the moment. All those pieces come together. It definitely felt like grief for a while. And that still comes and goes. That still comes and goes. And I'm sure it will as things continue to change. However, I have, and again, that we talked about why I feel grateful for where I'm sitting right now. I'd already started to pivot before this happened. So it's in my mind in a way that I'm not as scared of it as somebody maybe would be if it was nowhere on their radar before they hit COVID. But I'm used to getting uncomfortable and then going, okay, I'm uncomfortable. Where's the opportunity? And if you get into that mindset, it's amazing how many doors will open for you. But if you go into it with, I'm uncomfortable, lockdown, nothing will open to you. So yeah, I'm, 15 years in, my bank account's low, I'm not seeing my people, but I've got a client in New Jersey that I've never put my hands on. I've got a client in New York, same, one in Denver, and one in the UK for obvious reasons. But I wouldn't have initiated that whole new avenue of my practice if we hadn't have been where we are right now. So the grief has definitely shifted into, okay, now what's next? And I would just encourage anybody who's feeling that to try and stay open to that. Try and stay open to the fact that these emotions are what we're supposed to be feeling right now. We're all where we're supposed to be right now, but try and stay open to what's coming, because what's coming may not be what you need to be fearful of. It may be the piece that you need to embrace. So,
Right. And that also goes back to when we met. And I believe that you were trying to find a support system for the existing education that you had. And what it transformed into was that the realization that you hadn't even explored, you know, creating your own. You had thought about it, but you hadn't really thought it would come now. So I think in a simple conversation, what we learn in the Achieve community is that it is a conversation that can take you to the next level without you even really knowing that that's what you wanted to do. I have the same experience. Here I teach business, and that was not at all on my goals. I thought I'd teach bodywork, and here I am in a business climate, teaching business, creating opportunities for others. Never thought I would do that in my lifetime. So it was a simple conversation, I believe, with Robert, the CEO of Achieve, that got you into transforming this into what you have today. And I
yep.
think that's an important note, because this is the land of opportunity that we're in right now. It is so incredibly vast. As practitioners, we have a lot of expertise, but we're not using it in the way that we really can.
Yeah.
And I think that I really want to reach those people that, and I'm sure you do too, Sally, to help them understand there's so much more than beyond the table. And not that you can't still do the table, because we always will do the table, won't we? Because we
Yeah.
love what we do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that'll always be part of us. But
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't mean we can't explore other opportunities, other options, and make massage therapy a career and not just a job.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely want
Yeah,
to.
I mean, the way I look at it is, my purpose is to help people with pain. My first experience of that is as a massage therapist, and it's been the best education I could have received. But it doesn't mean that that's the only tool that I have to help people with pain. So it's just thinking outside the box, and being willing to explore. And right now there's a lot of hesitation, but there's an awful lot of opportunity. And 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 I've spoken to a couple of people lately, and they're like, yeah, I don't know, I just feel weird about getting out there and approaching people right now, because nobody's happy, and nobody's got money to spend, and this and this. And it's not true. If you always move from a place of intention, and my intention is always to serve and to help people in pain. If I go out and put that out there to the world, then I am going to find people to serve. But if I stay home and I just worry about treading on somebody's toes, or saying the wrong thing to somebody, or what will they think of me, then I'm not going to be able to reach my purpose. I'm not going to be able to serve those people, and ultimately, you know, move myself and my purpose forwards. So it's an interesting climate out there, but if you can just get past that resistance and see that people need us now more than they ever have, and they need all the information that people have gained in their massage careers. We don't stand there and do massage on somebody all day and not learn an awful lot about human beings, right? I mean, people are always sharing. We're always trying to serve and do better and help them. So there's huge opportunities to continue doing that work, even beyond putting your hands on somebody.
Right. And, we've, in our education programs with Achieve, we've really seen a lot of people going into starting with a community education, which is exactly where you are, Sally, with yours. And it's about drawing the kind of person who needs that information. So it's not just in the form of massage, it's about education around what leads to massage and then why that can be a big part of your life. So I feel that there's a lot of community education to lead people to you as a massage therapist, and the Partners in Achieve are the people that are doing it. And I feel that if we do more of this, it will create a better demand for the type of therapist that wants to really make an impact on people's lives. And so I believe that's what you've done, Sally. So
Thank
it's
you.
wonderful to learn your story. And just on a side note, I used to watch Sally as an educator, and I thought, oh my gosh, she's never going to want to talk to me. She looks too expert for me. And I really want to see if she wants to do education with us. And lo and behold, we ran into each other at the conference, and there it is. So creating great things together and becoming part of a community that's so supportive and will get you to whatever goal that you have set in your mind, set on paper for your business plan, anything that you want to accomplish. I'm telling you, we can help you try and accomplish that.
Oh yeah,
So,
definitely. Yeah, and one thing to speak to what you just said about not approaching me, I've had that thought on people that I've wanted to connect with also, and I've come to the mind that we're all humans. We're all human beings. We all wake up with crazy hair and eye boogers first thing in the morning, and we all move through our days, and we all have pain, and we all have joy, and we're human. We're really, really not that different. So if there's somebody out there that you feel like is a good person to connect with, just reach out.
yeah,
Just reach
yeah,
out.
that's right. Because
Yeah.
we're all in it for the same purpose, is to help
Yeah.
people, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Sally, for taking the time and telling your story and being with me. I always enjoy our conversations. So,
Yeah.
and what we can
You're
do.
welcome.
So, all right. Thank you all. And if you want to talk to myself or Sally, Sally can be reached at fitbaksystems@gmail.com. And that's, can you spell it for them?
It's Fitbak. So Fitbak without a C, fitbaksystems@gmail.com.
Right. And then I'm Suzanne, MPB, which stands for Massage Practice Building, @gmail.com. So if anyone needs to reach out to us, would like to talk about what they're facing, need support, we're here no matter what. So even if you just need to chat, we are here for you. And we want to help you stay in the industry and continue reaching people's lives. So, all righty. Everybody have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks.